This is Unpacking with Jordan Hawkins. My name is Jordan Hawkins, originally from Greensboro, North Carolina. I feel like my current mood is ecstatic, and I'm an Aries. The question is, when you're ready to fully unwind, what's your favorite song to help you relax? If I'm trying to relax, I don't know if it's a particular song, but there's a particular album that's always been super relaxing for me. And that's like Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I feel like it's just a classic, timeless piece of work. You know, Miss Lauryn Hill's voice, just everything about it. The storytelling is very calming. Is there a track that evokes memories of carefree times from your youth? There's definitely an album, B-Day, by Beyoncé, and that track would probably be like Ring the Alarm. My family used to take trips to Disney World, but we used to drive all the way from North Carolina to Florida, and I just remember my mom like playing that album on repeat on the way, so it just always reminds me of kind of just like carefree times of being a kid, going on road trips, and you know, going to Disney World in Orlando. What's a song that makes you feel confident and sexy, that taps you into your sense of allure? Number one song on the top of my playlist is always Untitled by D'Angelo. It's a song that I've covered multiple times. I feel like that song just kind of exudes sex. You know, slow 3/4, 6/8 tempo, and shit, you feel sexy. What's a song that you've connected with so much that you wish you wrote it? I feel like that song would probably be off Blonde by Frank Ocean, Self-Control. I don't know, I love the way he storytells on that song. I love the way like the vocal inflection hits, it just has that rasp. I feel like it's a song that would fit good on my voice. Also just the integrated guitar in the song is definitely one that I wish, if I could have, I would have wrote Self-Control by Frank Ocean. Can you think of a song that never fails to lift your spirits, no matter the situation? Most definitely. I feel like that song would be His Eyes on the Sparrow. And that was like one of the first songs that I sang like when I was growing up in the church, singing solos. Me and my family, we had gotten into like a rollover car accident, like maybe like a couple days before, like that Friday, before that Sunday I was supposed to sing. It was me, my mom, my brother, and my sister, and we had all came out like without a scratch. So I feel like that showed me that God was real. So listening to that song, it always does something to me. It can always calm me down. How has your taste in music evolved over the years? Are there any genres you've gravitated toward unexpectedly? My genre taste spans everything from rock to soul to even B.B. King blues. So I feel like I definitely have a very eclectic taste in music. A genre that I've gravitated towards unexpectedly would probably be samba. It's a fire genre. I'm fortunate enough to step into Brazil ever so often. Just the energy around that music, what it does. I didn't grow up listening to it, but just being exposed culturally to it, it definitely hits. If you could thank one artist for the way their music helped shape your personal journey, who would it be, and what would you say to them? That artist for me would definitely be Jimi Hendrix. Just his style of playing on guitar was something that just heavily influenced me. I was like in a band in high school, and one of my bandmates had like this Jimi Hendrix book that like had all his songs in it. And I remember I asked him to borrow it, and I think I recently gave it back to him 10 years later, maybe like a couple of years ago. Man, I feel like I would just thank him just for the inspiration. I feel like he was just so free on the instrument and just so soulful and expressive in his playing, just pushing boundaries in ways like even outside of music. I feel like anybody can just kind of watch him do his thing and feel the expressiveness in it. And I feel like that's something that I've always just tried to bring to the stage in my own music as I perform. So I'd probably just give him a hug and be like, man, thank you for being an inspiration. Can you recall a time when someone else's music helped you through a challenging moment? What did it teach you about yourself and your own artistry? One album that was kind of pivotal for me as I was growing up, I was in high school. To Pimp a Butterfly by Kendrick Lamar was just an album. I feel like it's one of the most beautiful albums ever. The messages and motifs on that album are just incredible, and I feel like what it taught me about myself and my own artistry was just kind of to be fearless. Be fearless, don't put yourself inside a box. Don't make what might be expected of you. Kind of do what's on your heart, because I feel like you can kind of hear, or at least I heard that's what that album was for Kendrick. Is this the last one? Who were the unsung heroes, mentors, peers, family that influenced your journey into music, and how did their lessons show up in your creative process? I was at a magnet school. I started doing stuff like show choir, even first time I picked up like a classical guitar, but it was a music teacher. Her name was Mrs. Palermo. I don't know if she's married now, she might have a different name, but she's definitely an unsung hero. My grandma pushed me into the church choir. I really didn't want to be in it when I was growing up, and I feel like that was one of the biggest lessons in my life. My mom, she had got me my first acoustic guitar to play on, and then also definitely my grandfather not only brought me, my first electric guitar, but he was also waking up at 5 a.m. to help me get to whatever rehearsals or music stuff that I needed, and definitely without all of them, and I'm sure I'm missing other people, but I wouldn't be the artist that you know today.